back. Nurse Duffy here, checking in with you at the start of the second half of the school year. And I figured it would be a good chance to touch base and think about how we get through the end of this year as successfully as we got through the start of this year. So it's the Sunday afternoon before school starts, and I came out here to my little boat yard where I've had all my little projects and restoration projects, the little sailboats and paddlecraft of various kinds. And it's a calm, quiet little place. There's a stream that runs nearby, and just trying to keep the butterflies down about going back to school at a time when, COVID is in our community. And how do we do that most safely? So, sometimes these safety measures can really seem frustrating. They can really be tiring. They keep us from doing the things that we want to do and being with the people that we want to be with. And it can wear down on us. And it really can. But when we look back on the first half of the year, what we really can see is that our safety measures worked. They made a difference. We didn't have to shut down for an outbreak. We didn't have to send anybody home because of suspicious symptoms. We did have 2 groups that quarantined, yes, at the start of the school year, and then just at the end of the first half of that year. And it was a shame, but neither of those cases came from within the community or were transmitted further in the community, and that's a really good thing. We didn't even know about either of those cases until a week after. That was when the CDC called us. We knew about the case, but then the CDC didn't contact us for a full week. So us being on top of it, us asking you to do daily health screenings, us asking you to be careful in class really matters, okay? This is a real thing. This is not going to go away. You know that I worked in emergency care and critical care before I came to Lincoln Academy, and my friends who work there know that we need to flatten that curve. Hey, Helen, can you just do a little shot there of the puppy? Sorry, so you hear the background. Yeah, and we've done a really good job so far in Lincoln County, and we've done an excellent job at Lincoln Academy. Okay, but now we need to find the stamina, some grit to get through the end of that school year. We've talked about Swiss cheese defense, a layered defense, about the way that there's no snow underneath a spruce tree because all of the branches filter out that snow, and that these are analogies and metaphors for how we have to manage risk and the management of microbes that are in our spit. They're in the fog that we breathe out. That's the issue. How do we manage those things? Ventilation. We were able to keep our windows open in the fall, but now in the winter time, over this break, I don't know if you realize this, there's a huge new HVAC system, ventilation system in our school. That old building has been completely refitted to make sure there's air circulating all the time, all through the winter. Okay, hands have to be clean. That's the biggest thing, when you're coughing in your hands or you're just wiping your face or everything else. We want to enhance the use of hand sanitizer in our classes. We have units in our classes, but they don't seem to be getting used. And so what we want is from students' perspective, what can we do to help you make it easier to sanitize your hands through classes? Distancing is awkward. It's a bummer. I don't like having to be far apart from people that I care about and that I want to hang out with. But it is what it is, and it's a part of it. I drive through town and I see 4 or 5 Lincoln Academy students in a car together, and they see me and they all kind of go, do, 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 do. Okay, I understand that. I can't police your life. Not trying to. But what we have to do is when we're here at Lincoln, we need to keep our distance. It makes a difference in how far particulates travel. Okay, probably the biggest hole in our Swiss cheese, I gotta be honest with you, the biggest hole in our Swiss cheese, the biggest hole in our defense is what happens after lunch. When I walk through, what I see is a lot of people then will kind of linger, and they'll take a bite of their apple and they'll have a chit chat with their friend for a while without their mask on, and then they'll take another bite of their apple and then they'll chit chat with their mask off, without their mask on. That's exactly how it transmits the most effectively in a small group. Inside a space. Really, please, I need you to refocus. Teachers, faculty, staff, students, that please eat and mask. Eat and mask. Yeah, I don't know how many times this fall I went to take a sip out of my coffee mug with a mask on, and I ended up with coffee into my mask. All right, but what I mean is that sitting around afterwards and chatting and whatnot without masks on defeats the whole purpose. Okay, so please, let's refocus on that as we go forward. Now, we've talked about face masks before, and we've talked about how COVID is in your fog, in your spit. And we all wear different masks, and we have to be double layered and have good Swiss cheese, good tight weave on all of it. But as a medical provider, I'm starting to think that in the midst of this curve, I might start wearing one of these, an N95 mask that for me, I've worn them before, and it keeps 95% of the transmissions down, of the potential contagion down. But in order to wear one effectively, you have to have a tight seal against the skin. It's been 7 weeks since we've been in school. I haven't worn a collared shirt or washed my Carhartts more than twice in 7 weeks. Oops. In 7 weeks. Well, Fiona's been keeping my hair trimmed. I look quite dapper, don't I? But now I have allowed her for the first time to help make my mask fit better. She's gonna trim my beard. Okay, Fiona, you go around this right here. Don't go carving your initials in there or anything. No, okay. Nope. There you go. Did someone turn the heat down in here? It just got so much cooler. Oh, my daughters, what do you think? How's that? Well, I don't understand. What's so funny?
You've just got a little bit of the 7 weeks worth of beard.
So then here we go. It's back to school. We have to get used to living at an elevated level of risk in a lot of ways, and it's uncomfortable. But we did a really great job, and all through the fall, and I'm asking you to dig in again. All right, I got my new blue shade glasses for reading all your health pre-screenings. Look at the bang-up job they did on that. Well, it's going to be a great seal. It's uncomfortable. Nobody likes it in a lot of ways, but please be vigilant. Please stay strong and do your daily health screenings. If you have questions about how to get it done, or if it's getting done, or if you need some paper options or anything else like that, keep up the good work, LA. Hang in there. We can do this.